Welcome to She Made That, a series that celebrates creative women. I'm your host, Daniela, and every month I sit down with women to hear their stories, what they create, and why.
She made that. She made that. You're so creative. She made that.
Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for joining me today on another creative discussion. Before we begin, can you give yourself a little introduction as well as the business you started for yourself?
Hi, thank you so much for having me today. My name is Julie Savone. I am a lawyer turned psychedelic facilitator, and my business is based around helping people get the most out of their psilocybin experiences overall. That can look like microdosing with intention and integration, and going on larger therapeutically based journeys in order to break through, have that deeper healing, and create long-term substantive change within their real lives, their day-to-day lived experience.
Wow, okay. So for those like myself who are not familiar with psychedelic healing, how would you best describe the process? And what are clients lacking when they come to you?
Ooh, wow. Okay, such an amazing question. And I'm happy to explain it from sort of all angles, but I'll speak first to microdosing. Microdosing is the process of taking a subperceptual amount of a substance. So, subperceptual meaning you're not going to have any of the visual effects, auditory effects, somatic effects of a larger dose, but what you are going to have is the positive activity within your brain. So, more neuroplasticity, more new parts of your brain talking and having a conversation, more quieting down of the parts of your brain that engage in self-referential thinking, which is really the thinking that keeps us stuck, replaying narratives that aren't serving us, like thinking we're not good enough, we're not worthy. And so by doing those things, you're able to quiet down your brain and really reprogram it, almost like you think about with a computer. And so for people who come to me for microdosing, there's sort of two spectrum. Some people are looking for anxiety relief, depression relief, OCD, PTSD, addiction. And some people are thinking like, okay, life already feels pretty good, but I feel like there's a next level for me. I'm ready to break through. And they're kind of in that space of wanting to see how good life can get, how they can start to really enjoy the life they built for themselves. Because for so many, even though they have this life that looks really good on paper, they feel like they have to hustle. They can't slow down. They're always on to the next thing. So that's kind of two different spectrums of people that come to me for microdosing.
Wow, that's really interesting. Do you also offer one-on-one therapy sessions, or do you find that the dose works even without any additional help?
Ooh, okay. Another amazing question. I just want to clarify too at the beginning that I am not a psychedelic assisted therapist. I have a coaching certification and psychedelic facilitation training that I have combined. So my work is much more like centered around coaching. So forward thinking, yes, emotional processing, feeling those feelings, giving ourselves the space to experience whatever we have been avoiding so that we can move forward. But I'm not like a rehasher of the past type of person. I'm always thinking about what is the next step? Like, what do we need to clear and move through in order to be able to take that next step powerfully? And I loved your question because it is never just about the dose. It's never just about microdosing. It is always about pairing microdosing with intentional relearning. That is what the research calls it. So these are tools that allow us to maximize on our neuroplasticity and really make sure that it sticks. And without that piece, without pairing your microdosing practice with some sort of tool, and those tools, like, these are broad. Like, there are so many things that fall under the umbrella of tool. It can be meditation, it can be mindful movement, it can be a nature walk. Um, but without that, what you're going to have is a good day. You're probably going to have a positive experience while microdosing. You're going to be more responsive and less reactive. Like, things are going to roll off your shoulder. You're just going to enjoy life more. But you're not going to see changes to your day to day life. You're not going to have that great life overall sustainable shift because you haven't paired it with anything.
Wow, that's interesting. Thanks for clarifying. Do you offer tools virtually, or do you have like an in-person practice?
I love in-person work, and the only times I really get to see people in person are when they come to one of my retreats, which are more focused around a larger ceremonial mushroom journey, and when I'm able to speak in person at other people's um, events, sometimes other people's retreats, etc. So I love the in-person work, and the vast majority of my work is all virtual. It's through programs that I have already built out that you can sign up for and work through at your own pace. It is for one-to-one work and group programs that I have. So the vast majority of my work is virtual, but I absolutely love getting to meet people in real life. And I think there's nothing like a in real life experience.
Well, I love that you do both in person and virtual. Do you also have a website where people can find you?
Yeah, definitely. The best way to connect with me is on my Instagram, which is just Julie Savone, Cyvonne. That's my middle name. And then my website is the same, juliesavone.com. So full website, full handles, JulieCyvonne. But great way to find me either way. You can always submit your question on my website, or if you have a question and you want to drop it on Instagram for anyone listening, I'm super friendly and really like to talk about this. And happy to connect and share more about the power of microdosing and sitting in ceremony and plant medicine overall.
Okay, awesome. I'll definitely add that in the description. Thank you, Julie, again for joining me. Keep doing what you're doing and take care.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been great. I've truly enjoyed your questions so much and getting to have this conversation. So thank you for the opportunity and excited to stay in touch.
She made that. She made that. You're so creative. She made that.